Dynamite was on the Saturday. So Tony was awesome. Tony Khan was awesome to, you could definitely use Orange Cassidy and Britt Baker, and we'll work around them. Because if you notice our show, and some people bag on us from it, on Dynamite sometimes we have 40, 50, 60 talents on there. So if you want to, if he's going to let some people work on my cruise, we kind of have to figure out what's going to be going on that week, and what can we do as far as maybe doing pre-taped interviews, etc. I know Britt had some pre-taped interviews on there. I had done Rampage, which aired when we were on the boat. So we tried to just put together the best lineup we could. And the first thing I saw as soon as Orange was ready, because I always try to do something kind of special for my match on the cruise. I only wrestle once because I have so many things to do, and I'll read them all to you upcoming. But first year, of course, was the Bucks of Jericho. That was the Young Bucks and Chris Jericho versus Cody, Marty Scurll, and Kenny Omega. Year 2 was myself, the Inner Circle, myself, and Santana Ortiz versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt. That was, I believe, the main event for the show that week on Dynamite. And then, of course, this year we did Orange Jericho, which is, I thought, what a perfect combination of Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy. Something that you won't see anywhere else but on the boat. And originally it was going to be against Spears and Wardlow. And then I was like, or it could be against Hobbs and Ricky Starks, kind of a Team Taz type thing. So Tony said, let's do it with Hobbs and Starks, because I can pretty much guarantee they'll be on the boat. Other guys, I'm still working around storylines and that sort of thing too. So, and being on the cruise and having me on board and having a match, it's always kind of cool for me, and that's why I want to do something different. And that's also, if you guys remember, last year on the second wave is when we first had the first singing of Judas, and it's still one of the coolest moments of my life, where we came to the ring for our match, and this was actually on Dynamite, and people were singing Judas super loud. And I'll never forget that feeling of walking down the aisleway of a big ramp that we have a big stage set now, which we didn't have the first year. Walking down the rampway on the cruise that I created, that bears my name, for the wrestling company that I helped get on the map and helped create, especially at the time. I think I was the champion too, as well. That's right, I was the world champion. And number 3, to the ring song that I sang and helped create as well. So it was like this, no pun intended, triple whammy of the wrestling company, the cruise ship, and the song, all directly related to me. And having everybody sing that is one of the biggest moments of my career, and the fact it's become kind of part of the show now. It's iconic. I was not in St. Louis this past week, and there's people who were angry at me because they wanted to sing Judas, So so then we just started putting together this awesome roster for AEW. And like I said, who can I use? Well, obviously this is the one year that Kenny and the Young Bucks, Hangman Page, those guys have been in the first 2, and they weren't on this one. And some people are like, why? Where's Kenny and where's the Bucks? Like, my thing is, we don't want the same guys every year. And in year 1, also for Ring of Honor, Kenny and the Bucks and those guys were not as big stars as they are now. Just like last year, Britt Baker, she became a star on the Jericho cruise. MJF, no one really knew much about him. Sammy Guevara, same thing. So every year as it progresses, I'm sure next year Will Hobbs and Ricky Starks will be main eventing, and Orange Cassidy will be in more of the main events. So we take the people that we can use, and we help them, become even bigger. And obviously Orange and Britt were huge on this cruise, but so many people just stood up. Peter Avalon was awesome. We had the Wingman on, and we'll talk a little bit more about them. Chaos Project always does a good job. Anna Jay, Chris Statlander, it's just Wheeler Yuta, Chuck Taylor. I mean, you get these guys, Isaiah Cassidy, you get these guys that don't have a lot of house show experience, and that's basically what the cruise is. It's like a 4-day house show loop, which in WWE is something that we would just do every single week. No big deal. But you got to keep in mind, in AEW, we're just working every Wednesday. That's it. So to do shows that are non-televised, even though we did tape them, and I'll talk about that in a second, it just gives everybody a chance to have some fun. I mean, we had, I think, Sonny Kiss and maybe Isaiah, I can't remember, did a dance contest, which was great during the match. I think Frankie challenged Caesar Bononi to a drinking contest, and Caesar drank a whole bottle of vodka and then couldn't get up off the mat, which was hilarious. Just stuff that you won't see anywhere else. And that's what people, I think, really enjoy about the Jericho cruises. It's a little bit more laid back and you're just having fun. It's all about having fun. So the crew that we had was a great collection of guys and girls who really embraced that and understood what it was that we were doing.